So hey guys, this is UngarToTheMax here with a Jacksonville Jaguars at Pittsburgh Steelers game reaction. As you see by the title, it's just the fourth quarter. So surprisingly, the Jaguars are winning this game 35-21. And I say surprisingly because I thought the Steelers, even as a Jaguars fan, and even though the Steelers, hang on, let me start over. Even though I'm a Jaguars fan, I still had doubts about this game. Even though the Jaguars were able to go into Pittsburgh before and beat the Steelers and intercept Roethlisberger 5 times, I just thought that the playoff experience of the Steelers would overcome the young, tough Jaguars, but that has clearly not been the case, as you can see with the score right there at 35-21, and Pittsburgh is going for it. Roethlisberger. Oh, good pass. Oh, touchdown Pittsburgh. And who else? Antonio Brown. That was actually a really nice play, I have to admit. He's one of the best receivers in the game. Arguably the best receiver in the game right now. That's against Jalen Ramsey, too. No, that's against Boye, I think. Yep, that is against A.J. Boye. Why didn't we have Jalen Ramsey on him? Huh. That is actually a really nice play. Can you keep your voices down? And now it's 35-27 with about 9 minutes to go. So this game is not over yet. Now it's 35-28. So it's only 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. It's only a 7-point game. So this game is not over yet. So am I surprised that the Jaguars are having a tough time with the Steelers right now? Not at all. Because as I said, I thought the playoff experience of the Steelers would be able to overcome the Jaguars' aggression and not knowing any differently because they're all young. But that clearly hasn't happened yet, anyway. Yet. It could still happen because there's still 9 minutes left. So if the Jaguars don't score, Roethlisberger could easily march down the field and score and tie this game. So this game is not over. But Bortles has shown some good poise, but just like last week, it seems like he's relied more on running the ball rather than passing it. And that's because even at UCF, which is Central Florida, which congrats to the Central Florida Knights on having a perfect season. That's a little college football tidbit. And good luck to Scott Frost at Nebraska next season. But anyway, even when Blake Bortles was at Central Florida, I never thought he was that great of a passer. It seemed like he was more a running type style quarterback, which is why I get the comparison to Ben Roethlisberger. But Roethlisberger, number one, has really good wide receivers. Excuse me. Jacksonville, the Jaguars have okay receivers. I mean, yes, we have Allen Hurns, Marquise Lee, and Allen Robinson, but they're not Antonio Brown or Juju Smith-Schuster. But they're decent receivers. But Bortles has just been inconsistent, and I don't understand why. And we're back from commercial break. But I'm going to keep it here. So if the Jags want to try and really anchor this game, they've got to score a touchdown on this possession. Or maybe a field goal, but 35-28, that might not be, a field goal might not be enough. And the other thing is, we should try and run the ball and just try and drain as much time off that clock as we absolutely can. Because you give that Steelers offense time, it could be devastating. Honestly. Because Roethlisberger has started to figure our defense out. My God, my dog is going nuts. All right, 1st and 10 at about the 25-yard line. Here we go. Bortles hands it off. Fournette cuts it outside, gets it to about a 2-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd down and 2. What the Jaguars really need to do, I think, is just run the ball. I know it's not the most logical thing, but if the Jaguars can run the ball enough, it could force Pittsburgh to have to start using their timeouts. You never know. So there's about 8 minutes left in the game. And 3rd down coming up. It is 3rd and 5. So I'll let you see 3rd and 5. Oops, sorry. I would love to see a Super Bowl of Jacksonville against Minnesota. That would be a fantastic Super Bowl in my opinion. 2 defensive teams, 2 running teams. Oh! TJ Yeldon! Nice play. Good find by Bortles. Watch this. He goes through his progressions and then goes, oh, there's TJ Yeldon wide open. I will happily take that. Thanks. No, but as I was saying, I think the Minnesota-Jacksonville Super Bowl would be fantastic. Because you got 2 running teams that rely heavily on the run. And 2 quarterbacks on both sides that are about average at best. Keenum, yes, he's had a fantastic season, but overall, he's had 1 good season. Other than that, he hasn't really been that great. Bortles, he's been up and down. He's had games where he's been fantastic, and then he's had games where he's been blah. And both teams have absolutely unbelievable defenses, and both teams rely on the run. So I think that would be a great Super Bowl. But I don't want to look ahead, because we still have 6 minutes remaining in this game. 2nd and 5. And I'm not surprised we're giving it to Fournette right now. They're doing exactly what I thought they would do. With about 6 minutes left, they're trying to run the ball as much as they can. We're going to try and run the ball as much as we can to force Pittsburgh to possibly have to use their timeouts. So, let's see what happens. Roethlisberger is still on the sideline. This is a big 3rd down. So, I'll let you guys watch it. Here we go. 3rd and 4. From about a little past the 25-yard line. Bortles. Oh, nice pass. That's D.D. Westbrook, the rookie from Oklahoma. Look at this play, actually. Whoa. I don't know if you just heard that, but D.D. Westbrook is the 8th different receiver that Bortles has found. So he's doing a good job today of passing the ball to different wide receivers. So he's doing a decent job, actually. But I'm not surprised that both teams are it seems like, running the ball more. Well, Pittsburgh, I'm surprised that they're running the ball so much when they have wide receivers like Martavis Bryant, Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown, although he's not 100%. But the reason they're doing that is because our defense is ridiculous. And we had 5 count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 interceptions against Pittsburgh last time. So Pittsburgh's touchdown Jaguars! 41-28. That might just do it. That is a great play design. Fake like you're going to block and then release. Wow. It is now 42-28 Jacksonville. Oh, let me show you which Jaguars jersey I'm wearing. It's not of a current player. It's actually Maurice Jones-Drew. Let me see. Darn it, can't do that. Yeah, it's Maurice Jones-Drew. He's my favorite player of all time for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's why he's the reason I like the Jaguars, actually, because he's my favorite player of all time. So, the Patriots beat the Titans last night. Well, hang on. I know this is a Jaguars versus Steelers video, but when it's in since the game is in commercial, I'm going to take time to talk about the Titans-Patriots game. Because the winner of today's game, most likely us, will have to go to New England and somehow beat Tom Brady. Yeah. That should be fun. But hey, there's still 4 minutes left, so anything can happen. Especially when the Steelers have Ben Roethlisberger. But anyway, so the Titans started out last night looking good. They were running the ball. Mariota was playing decent. They even got the first touchdown. And their defense was playing well. They weren't controlling Rob Gronkowski, but he wasn't doing great. But then, the Patriots did what the Patriots do. They just unleashed and said, okay, we're done. We're done taking it easy on you. We're going full on, assault. Okay, maybe assault's not the right word there. We're just going to flat out destroy you now. So, it is what it is. That game a couple weeks ago in Pittsburgh, first off, I believe that was a catch. Jesse James got robbed. But what were the Steelers thinking? Faking a spike and then trying to throw it to the end zone. You're not going to be able to accomplish that against a Bill Belichick-led team. Yeah, no. And if Pittsburgh had won that game, then the AFC Championship, if Pittsburgh were to come back and win, would have been in Pittsburgh, not New England. Because Pittsburgh would have had the number 1 seed, not the number 2 seed, which is where they are now. So, the game is back on now, and there's about 4 minutes left. So, Here comes Roethlisberger trying to make something happen. Yeah, Keith Jackson, legendary broadcaster, passed away. I didn't know that much about him. But on the note of broadcasters passing away, two legendary broadcasters who really are leaders and really are role models for me. And part of the reason why I love doing YouTube like this and sports broadcasting when I'm playing NBA 2K or MLB The Show are because of these two gentlemen, Craig Sager and Stuart Scott. Actually, let me flip that. Stuart Scott, Craig Sager. Well, the order doesn't matter. They're both amazing. So let me talk about Stuart Scott first. Boom shaka, booyah, cool as the other side of the pillow. He just had this personality that that made him perfect for ESPN and SportsCenter. It was like he was made for television. And what I admire most about him is that he was African American. And let me explain. Because when Stuart Scott first got to SportsCenter and ESPN, most of the broadcasters there were white. So here's this African American, Stuart Scott, from the University of North Carolina, nicknamed the Tar Heels, trying to make it as a sport broadcaster. But did he let the fact that the fact that his skin color was different bother him? No, he did not. He just stuck to his personality. He didn't try to be anyone else but himself. And he went on to be one of the best SportsCenter anchors I have ever seen. He wasn't just like a broadcaster where you go, I'm asleep. Let me know when the segment is over. No, you wanted to watch when he was hosting SportsCenter to see what he would say. And then he also was there during the NBA Finals. He would give the winning team the trophy, and I can't believe cancer took his life. He was too young. And then the other guy, Craig Sager. He was a little bit different from Stuart Scott because Craig Sager didn't have these amazing taglines like Stuart Scott did. But what made him so admirable for me is that he kind of similar to Stuart Scott, he had his own unique personality where Craig would, this is hard for me to say because I admire both these gentlemen, but Craig just wore these colorful, unique suits. He had one suit that was gray with different colored polka dots, and he had an all pink suit, and it was just really funny to see him do these sideline broadcasts with a microphone like this, and then he would interview these head coaches, and they would just love being interviewed by him. Well, most people loved being interviewed by Craig. Greg Popovich of the Spurs, no. He finds them so silly, and he's kind of like Bill Belichick because Popovich only goes, yeah, or no, we didn't play well. Doesn't really expand on anything. But even still, Greg Popovich, in the end, Popovich said, I loved being interviewed by Craig Sager. So, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott and Craig Sager. You guys are legends in my book. So let's get back to this game now. Jaguars are on defense. And Roethlisberger just threw a pass, and Jesse James, I believe, was the one that just dropped it. Miles Jack. Sorry. There's about 3.5 minutes left, and there's one thing I want to talk about during this, is that even though I'm rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars, there's one guy that I do hope recovers for Pittsburgh, and that is Ryan Shazier. In fact, I'll just read you my Facebook status for today, because I decided to write about it. So hang on 1 second. Pittsburgh just called a timeout, so they know they're on the verge of going bye-bye. Come on. Just go to my Facebook status. Here we go. So here's what I said. Although I'll be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars today against the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's one guy on the Steelers that I want to talk about, and that's Ryan Shazier. Hashtag pray for 50. On Monday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals, Shazier went for a tackle early in the first quarter, and when the play was over, Shazier was laying on the ground and couldn't feel his legs. Shazier hasn't been able to play since. I hope that one day Ryan is able to get back on the field and play defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he's a fantastic player and a fantastic person. Now you might be asking yourself, Josh, why is he so fantastic? Well, the reason is because he was the spokesperson for the Steelers when a fan was chosen to get their ride tackled on the NFL Network TV show Tackle My Ride. Tackle My Ride is about an NFL team choosing a fan, and then that fan's car gets a makeover to fit with that team. And in this case, it was Shazier who worked with the show to give a Steelers fan's car a makeover. So as I said, even though I'll be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars today against the Steelers, I hope Ryan Shazier recovers soon and is able to get back on the field. All right, so back to the game. It is 1st and 10 now for Pittsburgh with about 3 minutes left. So let's see what they do. Roethlisberger with a running back in the backfield. And they flip it to Jesse James, and he gets out of bounds. Or that might be McDonald. Yes, that is McDonald. And second down coming up. And let's see what Pittsburgh does. The one formation that I do not like it when NFL teams do it is empty backfield. That's pretty much saying, all right, quarterback, you're on your own. You know, we're not going to have a running back or fullback back to block you. You're on your own. If you get sacked, oh well. But Pittsburgh isn't doing that. They're constantly having a running back or a fullback back with Roethlisberger. And they just tried to throw it to AB, who got tanked by Brighton Wade. Shout out to ATM. 3rd and 5. This is pretty much the game right here. At least in my opinion, this is the game right here. About 2:53 left. Roethlisberger. Quick pass. Vance McDonald. About 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. Actually, you know what? Since Pittsburgh is fairly close to the end zone, I'll show the Steelers' current drive. Roethlisberger back to pass. Oh, wait. That did not. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell. Oh, that's why. Because I was going to say, Roethlisberger can't throw it like that because he was past the line of scrimmage. But that's a backwards lateral, so that I believe that's a legal play. Yeah, I believe that is a legal play. It's 42-35 now. This is actually a high-scoring game. Higher than I thought. I feel the commentators are saying you don't have to onside kick. I feel like the Steelers have to because if they don't onside kick it, we're just going to run the ball until Pittsburgh uses both of their remaining timeouts. So it's silly that Pittsburgh won it onside it. And yes, I will be doing this live stream for the final 2 minutes of the game. And if somehow the game goes into overtime, yes, I'll be doing the game in overtime as well. Or I'll be doing this live stream in overtime as well. So, time to see what Pittsburgh does. Do they risk an onside kick, or do they just do... No, I'm recording with my iPad. I'm not recording with a PSP. So let's see what they do. There's about 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Let's see. What do you think? Should Pittsburgh do an onside kick, or should they just do a regular kickoff? Let's see. Let's see what they do. Yep, they did try an onside kick. And it is Jacksonville ball. I'm not surprised Pittsburgh tried the onside kick. Oh. To me, by going for the onside kick, that's Pittsburgh pretty much mailing it in. Yeah, in my opinion, because Pittsburgh went for the onside kick, they were pretty much saying, if we don't get this, our season's over. That's my view of it. You can disagree. It's 42-35, so I believe it is only an 8-point game. No, 7. So we need to get points. So this drive is actually bigger than I thought. Not only because we can run the ball and force Pittsburgh to use timeouts, but also because it's only a 7-point game. And the Steelers are certainly capable of driving down the field and scoring points. And now we've hit the 2-minute warning. We are 2 minutes away from packing our bags and going to New England for the AFC Championship game, which would be no easy task. Trying to stop Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, Chris Hogan, all their running backs, James White, Dion Lewis. I thought Tennessee could do it yesterday. Yeah, I was wrong about that. They lost by 21. So anyway, I want to talk about the NFC for a little bit. So there was a surprising game yesterday. I don't know how many of you saw it, but the Eagles were actually an underdog as the number 1 seed at home. They were an underdog against the Atlanta Falcons, and I think it was the right thing for them to be an underdog, because the Falcons have one of the best offenses in the NFL. The Eagles were playing without Carson Wentz. They were playing with Nick Foles, who, yes, he had a good season, but he's no Carson Wentz. So, and the Falcons were just coming off shutting down the number 1 offense in the NFL in the LA Rams. So, the Eagles had every right to be the underdog. So, it's just hard. But somehow the Eagles came out with a 15-10 victory. But they'll have a tough matchup next week in the NFC Championship game, whether that's against Minnesota or New Orleans, which I think it's going to be Minnesota because the game's in Minnesota. But that Saints-Vikings game is going to be ridiculous. I think it's going to be the best game of the weekend, even better than this one. Although it's going to be hard for the Saints and Vikings to top it. All right, game's back on. All right, so I'll talk more about the Saints and Vikings during the next commercial break. There's 2 minutes left in this game. And the Steelers just used one of their timeouts, so they only have 1 left. So the Jaguars run the ball again. I bet the Steelers used that last timeout. So about minute 56 left. 3rd and 6. You gotta run the ball. Go, Fournette. And Pittsburgh is not going to use their last timeout. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get that first down.
Jacksonville has 3 timeouts?
Yeah, Jacksonville has... Oh, Pittsburgh just used their last timeout. I did not expect that. Now the Jaguars can essentially just take a couple knees and go, okay, game over. But they're not going to do that. They are going to go for the field goal.
Oh, Jesus.
How long is this field goal?
Here at Heinz Field in misdirection. Trying to put Jacksonville in front by 2 scores.
45-yard attempt, I believe. Yes, 45-yard attempt, and the kick is good. 45-35. What?
Not for you.
I seriously was not expecting this game.
What? No, thank you.
Yeah, good luck, New Orleans and Minnesota, topping this game. Because I was not expecting it to be this high scoring of a game. But So good luck, New Orleans and Minnesota.
Under?
So, let's see. How much time is left? About a minute 45. And that's huge what the commentators just said. I don't know if you heard that, but the Steelers, as you can see, no, I'm recording using my iPad. I'm not recording using my PSP. I don't even have a PSP. I know that it's a little bit blurry, but as you can see, the Steelers do not have any timeouts left. The Jaguars have all 3. And this is the same story that happened in 2007. What do I mean? The Jaguars came into Pittsburgh in 2007 in the divisional round and beat the Steelers. And then lost to who else? The New England Patriots in the AFC Championship. And then the Patriots lost to the Giants in the 2007 Super Bowl. I almost said World Series. That would have been silly. And the Giants only won that Super Bowl because of that insane David Tyree catch. A minute 40 left. The Jacksonville Jaguars, we are about to book our ticket to New England, which I think, I know this is going to sound crazy, I think we have a legitimate chance at winning this. I think we have a legitimate chance at winning that game in New England. Our defense, although I'm not sure how we'll match up with Rob Gronkowski, but I think if we can somehow control him, because you can't shut that guy down. He's ridiculous. But I believe we can actually win that game. It's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. So just
Watch Roethlisberger. Forget it.
a minute 35 left. And it's 3rd and 10. So I will show you these last 2 plays. Because if Pittsburgh doesn't get this 3rd down, they obviously have to go for it on 4th down. They would have no choice. Yeah, everybody was thinking it was going to be Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh and New England in the AFC Championship game.
That's it, one play.
Yeah, we had other ideas. Sorry, NFL world.
Hi, baby.
4th and 10. Last gasp. Essentially the last gasp for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. 4th and 10. A minute 27 left. Here's Roethlisberger. And, they got the 1st down, so it's not quite game over yet. But it's essentially game over. Because he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock still runs. And now there is a minute left. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to ruin the Pittsburgh Steelers party. 58 seconds left.
That makes no sense.
Going into this game, Roethlisberger was 1-4 against us in Pittsburgh. 1-4 in his career. We'll make that number 1-5. Here's the throw. 50 seconds. This game is still not quite over. Unfortunately,
Greatest comeback ever if it were to happen.
First and goal for Pittsburgh.
Nothing would even come close.
Just the second catch of the game for Martavis Bryant.
47 seconds.
Touchdown in the first half. He really stepped up his game when Antonio Bryant did not play.
Comment, are you watching or are you just
Because of that calf injury.
taking care of yourself? I think she's just taking care of herself.
Playoff record was Brody Kosar at 489. First and goal from Pittsburgh.
Get out of the camera.
They got rid of it.
Realize you're showing it.
Slam down.
Sorry.
Yeah, he threw it to one of his offensive linemen, Ron Foster.
Yeah, you can't.
Did he fold in?
No.
DeWan was
Do you use this still?
Yeah.
the pressure on Roethlisberger.
The other day, why? What's wrong?
It's in the way of our whole.
42 seconds remaining in the time.
42 seconds. Yeah, I might stream the next game. I don't know.
How does he know who's talking to him?
The other
He doesn't have earphones.
philosophy could be kick the field goal here.
Good job, Ben Roethlisberger. And you're a veteran quarterback, and you get called for intentional grounding by throwing it to a lineman who had not reported as eligible. Good job.
Obviously, the understanding is once you get this deep, you'd like to get the
No, I don't have Vaseline on my lens. It's just blurry for some reason.
if they don't get the touchdown on this play, the big thing there was that 10-second runoff because of the penalty. Roethlisberger
30 seconds. Hang on.
inside the 5, but didn't get out of bounds, and the clock continues to roll. 17 seconds left.
15 seconds.
Line up. We're down to 12 seconds left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nope. Sorry, Pittsburgh. You're not going to the AFC Championship game. Ben Roethlisberger, you are now going to be 1-5. Yep, Ben Roethlisberger is about to be 1-5 against us at Pittsburgh. What the heck? Oh, wait. Pittsburgh scored a touchdown. 42-41. Or 45-41. Wow. But it's all for naught because the 000s on the clock. The Jacksonville Jaguars are heading for New England.
So with Ben Roethlisberger, that's touchdown number 5.
5 touchdowns. Oh, they put 1 second back on the clock. Yay!
Some decisions late in this fourth quarter, the onside kick attempt that never had a fighting chance. And then on this drive, again, just trying to.
So, let me do a quick look ahead to the AFC Championship game. So, that game is going to be in New England. I believe it is the early game next week. So, you know the Patriots and Bill Belichick are going to try and take away what you do best. And in that case, in our case, it's the running game. So, it'll be interesting to see if Blake Bortles. It'll be interesting to see how we prepare for that. Extra point is good. 45-42, but it's going to be not enough.
They're going to kick an onside kick. Would you just die?
It's not going to happen.
The chances are slim to pretty much none.
It's pretty much not.
Sure would make for exciting football.
Basically, you have to bounce it off a Jaguar, catch it and run it the distance.
That's all Pittsburgh can hope for is get an onside kick, somehow get the ball back, and be able to run it. Otherwise, they have no chance.
I doubt we'll see it here.
So, I will show you the
Jaguars
last second.
1 second away from a trip to New England and one step closer to the Super Bowl. Calais Campbell is a rookie, experienced heartache in a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers with the Arizona Cardinals. Way back when. Campbell now in his 10th year.
Why would they have done that?
The Jacksonville Jaguars
Why did they?
are heading for the AFC Championship game. Bye-bye, Pittsburgh. Bye-bye. Let's go to the AFC Championship game. And I will be streaming it for you once again. For Unger to the Max, go Jags.